An elderly couple in Pennsylvania is suing police after they allege excessive force was used when their hibiscus plant was mistaken for a marijuana plant. Edward Cramer, 69, and his wife Audrey from Buffalo Township alleged they were handcuffed and forced to sit in a hot police car for hours last month after police arrived looking for drugs. The couple are suing the Buffalo Township Police and the nationwide insurance company over the incident, claiming excessive force, false arrest, false imprisonment, invasion of privacy, and intentional infliction of emotional stress over the incident, according to the Pittsburgh Tribune-Review. What happened was the insurance company came to photograph their property after a neighbor's tree had fallen onto their property. And while they were there, they took photos of this hibiscus plant. This is from Nationwide. And then they sent those photos to the police because the Nationwide insurance agent believed the plant to be marijuana, even though this plant had flowers on it. So if you know anything about weed, like that's not a thing. Anyway, it's actually a pretty harrowing incident what they went through. Audrey Cramer was in her underwear at the time. She says she felt incredibly violated. She hasn't been sleeping since the incident. And then there's just a final quote from Mr. Cramer. He told his local news network, "Sometimes I think they look for crime where it doesn't exist in order to justify their existence."
Well,
I just thought that was kind of a real zinger from this guy.
Yeah, well, I got news for you. They most certainly do. And it was actually in the beginning to lock up minorities and throughout.
And now it's to cut down on hibiscus.
Yes, well, everybody knows hibiscus is a gateway drug. Let's break this down. There's a couple different angles here. One is how much I can't stand the Nationwide insurance company rep that went there and was like, I'm investigating a fallen tree, but I see something that might resemble marijuana. I will go to the trouble of reporting this to the police so that this 69-year-old can be arrested if they are actually having fun when they're 69. Why don't you fuck off already? Jesus, I mean, you're in their house, you're trying to do the thing.
They already had a tree fall on their property.
Yeah, and this like nosy son of a bitch is in there with the eyes at hibiscus, or is it marijuana? Fuck off.
There was a recording and they were like, is that marijuana there? Let's call up the police now.
But you know what's also interesting about the Nationwide insurance agent is that really not thorough in their research. Because if it were me and I was even a little uncertain, like I think that's marijuana, I'm gonna take some photos. Why not run it by a friend? Like everyone has a stoner friend or like someone that or just
no, this one has.
Wait, just Google. Oh my gosh, what am I thinking? Just Google marijuana plant and then just cross-reference that. Why wasn't there any cross-referencing?
No, because this person is looking for drama in their lives, no matter how much pain it's gonna cost. Right. And they don't have any friends. You think that guy has friends? And I'm not putting it on the whole company. I'm putting it on that particular rep. Okay. All right. So now the second part of this is. The elderly couple is absolutely right. It was a horribly dehumanizing thing. They wouldn't let her put the pants on and they're handcuffed. They put her in a hot car for 20 minutes. Why? She's like really dangerous. What's she gonna do? Go plant some new plants? Like if you don't handcuff her and stuff her in the police car?
And if she's high and she tries to run away, it'll just be like, all right.
Right, like, come on. I mean, because there's unfortunately with cops, and this is what we've been talking about on the show for a long time. It only goes to 11, right? It's not 0 through 10, and there is no 2, and there is no 8. It's just fucking 11 every time. Like you grab these fucking granny and throw her in the police car. While we investigate your hibiscus. What if it was marijuana? What was she gonna do? Grip them all out and flush them down the toilet? Just calm down for a second and treat people as humans. And then which then leads to poor Miss Cramer saying, quote, "I was not treated as though I was a human being." And I just want to tell you, that's exactly why the movement is called Black Lives Matter. By the way, I have no idea if they're white or black. I'm not saying that about them. I'm saying that black people in this country get this at an inordinate rate and a provable, statistically higher rate. And that's why, just like Ms. Cramer, they say, can we also be treated as human beings? You know, our lives matter too. That's why we call it Black Lives Matter, because we'd like to be treated like we're human. So when we get this, view into how other people are treated in the country, and it's this poor older couple, or it's the nurse. You remember the nurse who was like, the guy went into the hospital in Utah, and and arrested her, and she's like, "What? Yeah. I don't understand what's going on." And unfortunately, this is what a lot of people in the country, minorities, have to deal with day in, day out, this dehumanizing thing. So let this be a moment where we can go, oh yeah, we shouldn't treat our fellow citizens that way, no matter who they are.
Or what plants they have.
Yes, which leads to point number 3. OxyContin. And I feel bad I didn't know this. There's a great New Yorker article that talks about this. It's legalized opium. It's twice the rate. Oxycodone is twice the rate of morphine. Okay, and it used to be watered down in things like Percocet with Tylenol. Oxycodone does not. OxyContin does not water it down. It amplifies it. Contin means continuous. It's short for continuous. We have legalized continuous opium use at high dosages. But the pharmaceutical companies make money off that, so it's okay. But Miss Cramer had a hibiscus plant, and we had to go to 11, right? And just rip into the Cramers.
So sad.
This is the insanity of America.
And if I catch you with the geranium, I'll be back on Tuesday.
If you like this clip of the Young Turks, you know there's a whole live 2-hour show, 6 to 8 p.m. Eastern every day, and you can download it or stream it and watch it without ads if you become a member. tytnetwork.com/join.